Good evening and welcome to Ringer Sports Studio. Today is Tuesday, October the 29th. I'm Ringer Senior and I'm here with.
We're Junior.
We are broadcasting our Tuesday night edition at Ringer Sports Studio. Going back to back videos here tonight. We got some World Series action, we got some NBA action, and we got some college football. MAC and Conference USA teams are playing tonight. If you haven't had a chance to check us out, please do so at Ringer Sports Studio, father son duo, talking major sports, professional sports, sides, totals, props, you name it. We talk about it. We enjoy it, and we like to share our best picks and have you guys review and see if you like them. So, if you hadn't had a chance to check us out, please do so. Like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up, as we always like. We like the thumbs up, and we always like the views that we're getting. We're gaining a little bit of traction here. Our posts are increasing in terms of our quantity, meaning we're posting lots and video recording lots because it's the best time of year. Last night would have been the first night that all four major professional sports played. Only 33 times in the history of professional sports that this day has happened, which is a great time of year to be playing and watching sports. So, just looking at a recap yesterday, we finished 5-3-1 on our video picks. The one tie was the Phoenix Lakers game, which we ended up pushing -4 for Phoenix. Ended up pushing. They were down. Geez, they were down almost 20 early. They brought it back, and then ended up covering, or I guess pushing on the spread -4. Our three losses were on NBA spread bets. Actually, we had Orlando -5.5. They were losing the entire game. They come back. They ended up winning by 4, but they missed like 13 free throws. Poncho or Bonchero, sorry, had 50 points on the nose. He missed 7 free throws, so even if he made two more, I actually saw him miss two in the fourth quarter, so that would have given us the 6 point spread win. And Halliburton hit a huge three with a minute and change to go to put them up, actually to tie the game up. And then another clutch three for Orlando. And then, of course, fouling came in. They won by 4. But really close matchup. Then we had Denver -8.5 against Toronto, which we thought was actually a laydown. Denver did win in overtime, but they were down 15 in the third. They brought it all the way back. Thought we were going to sneak in under the wire when they scored the first 6 points in overtime, but they held on to, I think, a 2 point win. So that one cost us as well. But we did really well. Oh, sorry, in the over under game in the Yankees game last night, we had over 8.5. That didn't come in for our third loss, but we were on the snide last night with our NFL props that came in as well. So we 5-3-1, not a bad day. Plus units and plus money on that side. So as we head into tonight, we've got a few different picks. I'm looking at the World Series itself, games that we're looking at, and also some NBA action and props. And Ringer Jr. is going to talk about the World Series game as well, college football game, and I think he also has an NBA prop that he's going to throw in there as well. So I'll start with you, Ringer Jr. What do you like here tonight now?
I'm gonna head over to college football. I got one game, or actually two here tonight. Looking in the Louisiana Texas State game. I like points here. Uh, Louisiana has played extremely well this year. They put up 33 points against a Tulane team, 41 against Wake, 34 in their last two. And Texas State, they haven't played too many good teams in the last three. That's why they haven't been giving up too many points. But against Sam Houston State, they gave up 40. Arizona State, they gave up 31, and those were probably the only two good teams they played this year. So, saying that, I really like this over 27 and a half, 4 touchdowns for Louisiana, and they just put up a lot of points. And I also like the over in this game, as Texas State also puts up a lot of points as well. These defenses aren't too good. Louisiana's defense, I say, would be a bit better, but they gave up 38 to Wake, 41 to Tulane, and Texas State's offense is pretty good as well. So I'm going to look at the over 27 and a half team total, and also the over 59 and a half for the game.
There you have it. I like that pick actually. Louisiana is averaging 33 points per game over the last 5 games that they played, or 6 games on the season. This line's at 27 and a half. We've got a little bit of line value, and Texas State's giving up 24 points a game. So if you balance out the two, they should come in, based on the numbers and stats, we should Louisiana come in around 29. So we got about a point and a half of value there. So I like that pick. And as Ringer Jr. said, Texas State is also scoring points. Typically, these two teams have always played high-scoring games over the last couple of years. Lots of back and forth. Should be able to get up and down the field. Tuesday nights haven't fared out too well with us in college football on the team total side, but as we watched you watched our video yesterday, we're absolutely killing it on team totals in the NFL, and we're hoping that trend will continue in college football tonight. All right, Ringer Junior, what's your next pick?
My next play here, I actually like the baseball game over 8.5 again. I mean, both these teams put up a pile of runs. The Yankees really haven't played too well in this series, but against a relief pitcher, and I actually don't even know what his name is, Casperarius or something. Uh, I see them putting up runs, especially. I mean, it is a must win. Potentially the last game of their season. I think they're going to go all out. Probably 7-5 ball game here, either way. Uh, and I see the Yankees putting up some runs, and I definitely see the Dodgers putting up some runs against Gill with that extremely good offense. So I think a 5-4 game, 7-5 game around here. So I also like that as a 3% play.
Very good. Yeah, I think you're bang on here. The Dodgers are going to the bullpen again. They've done it a couple times. They've been able to get wins using the entire bullpen through 9 innings. I think one of the games they had actually pitched 9 pitchers in one of the other playoff games to get that win. Every pitcher pitched an inning or a third or 2/3 of an inning. But they used 6 relief pitchers last night, so a little bit thin. That's why the pitcher of the night's kind of a no-name. I'm not sure how much action he's received. So I think some of the bullpen they're going to be going to will not have a lot of experience over the last number of games because they've been sticking to their normal core of relief pitchers, which should mean the Yankees should be able to score some runs. Obviously, the Dodgers lineup is potent and been scoring a ton of runs. We had over 3.5 team total last night that came in. Mind you, it was 3-0 early, and then they didn't get a run till the sixth, although they were pressing at least 2 other innings to get a run. So I agree with Ringer Jr. here as a 3% play over the total here. What's your last pick?
The last pick's actually in the Minnesota versus Dallas NBA game. I'm looking at a prop here. My first two props in the season did not go too well with Harden and Sengun, but I'm really confident about this pick. Anthony Edwards over 3.5 3 pointers. 4 3 pointers is a lot, but they're playing at home. He's gotten 5 in all 3 games to start the year, and he's shot 13, 12, and 15 threes. He's been putting up a ton of threes, and I don't know, 3.5 just seems too low here, even though 4 is a lot. I really like this. He's just been putting up so many shots, and I see him probably putting on a show at home. So I like that over 3.5 threes as a 3% play as well.
Yeah, I he's the guy. He's the Ant Man. So he's gonna be the guy that's gonna deliver, especially playing a tough team in Dallas and Luka Doncic. So if he's putting up 12 or 13, it's not a hard ask. You shoot 33%, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that 4 in as well. So good pick there as your 3%er on that front. So I'm gonna just jump right into the World Series again, taking the same picks I've had before. They've worked the last couple of times. I'm looking at the Los Angeles Dodgers team total. This is going to be a 5% play. Not often are we doing baseball 5% plays, but this team is scoring a ton of runs. 3.5 is not a lot to ask for. The Yankees are all but out of the World Series. There's no way they're going to come back. It's never happened in the history of the World Series. It happened in the ALDS in 2004. My Red Sox did that to the Yankees specifically. So the Yankees are going to look to try and recreate what happened in 2004 in the World Series. I can't see it happening, but I know this is a spot where if they can close out, they will. And I do think either way, they're going to be able to score some runs on Gil tonight early. Couple runs, he'll probably have a short leash, and then a couple runs from the bullpen. Yankees probably are the favorite to win tonight, which they are minus 145. It's a must-win situation. They'll probably come out to play, but doesn't mean the Dodgers are going to let down. So I do like this over as a 5% play over 3.5 team total. And then my player prop is going back to the well of Mookie Betts. He's done this in 9 of his last 12, over 1.5 total hits, runs, and RBIs. He's done it in 5 in a row. 4 of his last 5 and 9 of his last 12. He's gone over this total. He's heating up. He had 2 singles. First 2 at bats, it was in and done. I kind of see the same thing happening. I can't see him getting an RBI in the first inning, but he might score a hit and a run in the first inning in his first AB, or within the first 3 at bats, he should be able to get this number up and over 1.5. I had this as a 3% total. I've already put it in, but I'm going to move it up to a 4% play. Mookie Betts over 1.5 totals, hits, runs, and RBIs. All right, shifting to the hard court, heading to the New York Nets at home to the Denver Nuggets. Looking at two different plays here. One is on a team total. We're looking at the New Jersey Nets team total over 107 total points against Denver. Denver's coming off the Raptors win in OT last night. They're going to be tired. Their defense is going to be slow. Um, the Nets have been able to put up this total in two of the last three, four of the last five if you're counting preseason games. 115, 116 twice, and then 101 against Orlando, which is one of the best defensive teams in the league. So, there's not a whole lot of time for not sorry. There's not a whole lot of opportunities for them not to get up and over this, especially with Denver coming off that back to back in overtime. They were down 15. They had a press. I watched the game in the fourth and OT, and Denver was gassed at the end of it. So quick turnaround on a back to back. I see the Nets scoring and putting up. I think it's Thomas that's just lighting things up, averaging over 30. He's going to be letting the rock fly. I think Murray's probably going to spend some time on the bench. Should open up the door for Braun as well and get more. He's already averaging a bunch of minutes, but he's a young guy. I think he's going to play, which kind of takes me into my next kind of play. But give me the Nets up and over 107 team total points as a 3% play. And I'm looking at Chris Braun here for the Denver Nuggets. Very strong, developed player that rebounds, grabs offensive rebounds as a small guy. He shoots the three. He gets some assists. I'm looking at his points, rebounds, and assists up and over 16 and a half. He's done this in his first three starts of the season, or first three games of the season. The 23, 19, and 24. He's averaging a little over 20, so we got 3.5 plus points to spare here. I know it is a back to back, but he's a young guy. He should get the minutes, and I think he'll get this one actually with ease. I got him up and over 20 to be quite frank, so I'm playing that as a 3% play. Braun over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists. If you look at any other type of leans tonight, leans, if I again picks that didn't make our public card or for this specific video, but if you're looking at specific leans tonight, there's a couple options here. Looking at the Timberwolves game under 22.5. Dallas hasn't been able to score the ball as much, and they're also on a back-to-back as well. So I expect the letdown here, and I like that Ringer Jr. pick of Edwards over 3.5 threes because I think he's going to fire the rock up. If you look at the other college football games, FIU was 8.5. It's 7.5. I don't really like that one, but if I had to take it, I'd take FIU. Two teams are playing against New Mexico State, I believe. Both teams don't score a lot of points. I know I was looking at a lot of people are taking the under 44, under 43.5, but again, not really something that I'm interested in. You've got Louisiana Tech and Sam Houston tonight. The spread is -10 for Sam Houston. Geez, they looked some bad last week. In that game that we had their team total over, wasn't even close. They did horrible. They gave up 5 interceptions in that game. That one's -10. I've seen both sides taken on this front, so we're going to stay away from that. But I'd probably lean to the home team laying the points. I don't know, Ringer Jr., have you looked at any other ones tonight that you lean on, or any thoughts that you had?
Someone I saw was Nas Reed over 1.5 threes. I mean, he's a shooting big, but other than that, it's nothing for me.
Nas Reed was our first pick of our first NBA prop of the year was Nas Reed over 1.5 3-pointers, his center that is shooting. So yeah, not a bad pick there. Anyways, there you have it. There's our pick. Quick recap: Mookie Betts over 1.5 total hits, runs, RBIs. The Los Angeles Dodgers over team total of over 3.5, 5% play, 26 and 11 on the season right now is what we're doing under 5% plays. Looking to go to 27 and 11. We got Braun over 16.5 points, rebounds, and assists in the Denver Nuggets. I like the Nets over 107 team total. Ringer Jr. has Louisiana over 27.5 team total points. He also has the game over 59.5, and he's looking at the Yankees over 8.5 in that total game tonight in the World Series. And lastly, Mr. Edwards, the Ant-Man, over 3.5 threes on the game. So there you have it. Another big slate tonight. Looking to go better than 5-3-1. Looking to go for a sweep. As long as we get that 5% play, we'll keep you folks happy. If again, you got to check out our 5%ers. They've been absolutely gold. So there you have it. Tune into our video. Please like, subscribe. Check us out on Twitter, Call Ring 12. Have a wonderful night. Like them, and
Cash.
there you go. Have a great night.